Hello. Hi, welcome to this week's Who Let the Vlogs Out video. I'm really pissed off because I've just recorded this video and I've said everything that I'm going to have to re-say, but I didn't record it. I recorded the audio on my external microphone but didn't record the video. What I might do is just sit here for 5 minutes and just let that play over, but I think that'd be boring for you to just watch, so I'm going to have to redo it on. Nope. Oh, you knobhead. Anyway, on to this week's topic. It's uni stories and embarrassing stories and like from school or college and stuff. I've picked uni stories because as a graduate I can only just remember uni, let alone school or college. But I've picked two. One's quite embarrassing, and considering I've already said this before on thingy, I'm going to have to re-say it, and it's just as embarrassing probably the second time. And the second story is a bit better. But anyway, story one is one time, as you do at uni, I was drinking many alcoholic drinks. I was going to say many alcohol, but that's not a sentence. Many alcoholic drinks, and I went for a wander, as you do. And I lost my friends, and I ended up in the toilets. And I was either having a lazy wee or a poo. Probably a poo.
Probably a poo.
Either way, I was sat on the toilet, and my friend couldn't find me, and he came looking for me, and he came into the toilets to try and search for me, and he must have heard something coming from my cubicle, or like he shouted my name and I answered him, because he popped his head, he went into the other cubicle, looked over the cubicle at me, sat there with my pants around my ankles, throwing up in between my legs, and instead of thinking, oh Danny, you're alright, he took a picture of me, which is now on Facebook, which got resurfaced the other day for all my new friends since that experience, which I like to have buried, even though I'm bringing it up now, for all them to see. So, yay. I won't share it with you guys because I don't think we're that close yet, to be honest. This is a new channel and stuff, isn't it? So, maybe in a year's time, I'll revisit this and I'll show you. I realise I keep on looking away from the lens. I think it's because you look away, don't you, when you're recalling stuff? Maybe. I'm not sure, but either way, that's what I'm going to go with. But yeah, so he was there, looking over the cubicle. Obviously, people came into the toilets and saw him doing this and were like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh yeah, my mate's just thrown up between his legs. So they got in the cubicle and they looked over the cubicle at me, just random people just, why do I drink? Please tell me, why do I drink? Either way, I survived. And I carried on drinking throughout my uni career, because I don't know. I didn't learn from my mistakes of being that wasted for some reason. So on to number two of the embarrassing stories, duo. This one's not as embarrassing. It is kind of embarrassing, but it's not disgustingly embarrassing. So again, alcohol, consuming it. Went to the toilet. This time I definitely had a wee, and I walked back, and on the way back I just stumbled in my drunkenness and bumped into a bouncer, and he kicked me out of the club for some reason. I could have just tripped. I could have been completely sober and bumped into him. I don't know how I reacted. I must have been like, just drunk, drooling on him, I don't know. But before I went, I thought, for some bizarre, stupid reason, that it'd be good to give my friend, who was staying at my flat, so who probably should have left with me, I gave her my keys to my flat. And because she was drunk, she didn't think anything of it, and she took them. Great. So now I was kicked out of the bloody club, I couldn't get back in, and she had my fucking keys. I didn't realise this at the time, that I wouldn't be able to get into my flat, because I walked home to my flat, and I managed to follow people in, like, through the gate, and then into my block, and then I went to the lift, got to my front door, and obviously it was locked. So, yeah, don't know what I could have done about that. Don't know why I gave my keys away. But in the end, what happened is I went back out with my uni accommodation to look for my friend, and I probably went that way as she came that way, because I couldn't find her. And then, so by the time I got back in my flat, I had to get the security guard to let me in. And instead of the security guard getting him to let me into my room, I just made him let me into my block. So I got upstairs, and obviously my front door was locked still. So, in my drunkenness, instead of thinking, I'm going to have to go back down and hassle him, I just slept in the corridor outside the lift, like a classy person would do. The next morning, when I woke up, mid-sentence, my camera card got full. This isn't going well at all, but that was easily to fix, so I can just carry on from there on. In the morning, when I woke up at like 6:50 or whatever time it was, I had to go back down to the security guard. He was like, "Didn't I let you in early?" I was like, "About that, I didn't actually make it into my flat." He was like, "Where did you sleep?" And I said, "The corridor," because I'm not gonna lie to him. It was either there or outside. So this time he helped me and like let me into my flat and like my actual room. And my friend was asleep in my bed. Not even the big double air mattress that I spent ages blowing up for her. She was in my bed after getting into my flat and locking not only my bedroom door but the front door. So I couldn't even sleep on my couch. I had to sleep in the corridor outside my flat. So I wasn't very best pleased. It's kind of my own fault. Like, I didn't hold it against her. I was just not pleased at myself, to be honest. So it was quite annoying. But live and learn. Right, that's it for this week's video. I don't know what the topic will be next week, but I'm sure it'll be something as interesting and hopefully not as embarrassing. Tomorrow you've got Catherine, and on Saturday you've got Aquila. So look forward to their videos, and I hope you liked Jenny's and Jake's so far. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!